How's it going, super friends? Welcome back to my channel, and today we're looking at the 12-inch Riddler figure from Spin Master. Now, one thing you'll notice about this figure right off the bat is he comes in completely redesigned packaging, and it is so much more attractive than the previous stuff. The splash of color down here in the bottom with the yellow and the blue, and also up here in the top corner with the blue DC logo. The back of the packaging is a lot different too. Yeah, you've still got the figure right here on the back, and you've got the other characters as cross-sells. Notably, there's a Batman right here that I've never seen before. I think that one's new, as well as the Nightwing down here in the bottom. That's one that I am definitely more excited for. But you also got the splash of color up here in the corner to make it more appealing to the 3 and up age demographic. And here is the Riddler, fresh out of Arkham. I mean, his packaging. And I'm really glad they chose to make him. Riddler doesn't seem to get enough love when it comes to action figures. I mean, I suppose he gets a lot more than some. And possibly most. Never mind, he gets plenty of love. But still, it's always good to have another green-suited Riddler figure. The ginger kind. They don't always make the Riddler a ginger. Speaking of which, I feel like the good folks at Spin Master have a pretty solid idea of what the ginger version of Edward Nygma is supposed to look like. And there is all kinds of detail on this guy. Nothing too technical, but certainly enough to make it passable, like the lines in the back of his jacket here, and all through his suit. You've got his purple tie with a sculpted on question mark here. His buttons for his jacket are done up, and you can see some pulling of the suit there as it goes around his body. Even his gloves have some detail to them. Spin Master really does a good job sculpting their toys. Now on to the articulation, and the real question is going to be, can we get this figure here in a pose anything even remotely like the one seen here on the back of the packaging? I'm going to surmise and say no. So first of all, let's turn him to the side like that. Let's get his arm up and out, up. Let's turn his head so it's facing. All right, and now we just gotta make him grab his hat. We just gotta make him, just gotta make him grab his hat. Grab his hat. Okay, so he's not going to be able to grab his hat. We can, however, push his arm out like that. So he can do this. He is capable of holding his arm out, people. Woo! Point 1 for him. Now, the legs right here. You can see that this back leg actually goes out a fair bit. Can't do that either. So he can't do this. And he can't do this. He can do this, though, right here. This is what he can do. Now, the head here, I think, is really supposed to be on some kind of a ball peg assembly, but honestly, you're not getting much of that motion at all. You really are just getting a round and round, straight up and down post sort of situation. The shoulders, well, you could chalk up the bad articulation, which he clearly has. No up and down. He can go around, but nothing really as far as out or up. I mean, that's really it. You could chalk it up to the fact that he's wearing a suit, and the honest reality is, how many suits have we all worn where we can't lift our arms really that far? So, I mean, I guess there's a hint of reality here, but the bigger reality is this is a children's toy, and the articulation is really restrictive. I'm going to pose it on a shelf. That's not even true. My kid is going to get a hold of this and scratch the heck out of it, and then I'm going to pose it on a shelf. And then he's going to take it down, and then I'm going to pose it, and then he's going to take it down, and I'm going to pose it. The elbows, single jointed, and that's about all you're going to get. They do rotate around in a circle, which is kind of nice, and then of course the wrists are attached and they go around in a circle, and then his articulation picks up again right down here. We've seen this before. It's the little tiny hinge that is also, you know, it's all right. He can sit, he can stand, he can splat. You've got the knees, and the knees they really make his legs look long and ridiculous. Now, I will give a little warning that if you give this to your small children, be aware that they might actually snap the arm off, and if the arm snaps off, then Riddler's broken. The kid's not going to want to play with it, and then you're going to have to throw it in the trash, where it'll probably end up floating around in the middle of the ocean in that trash island. And then for the comparative portion of the video, I've purposely mixed in some Spin Master with some of those Batman missions, and you can see that both 12-inch action figure lines go very nicely together, quite seamlessly actually. Like if nobody told me, I would never know the difference. And honestly, as much as I love collecting the adult collectible figures from McFarlane Toys and Mafex and Mezco, I really enjoy collecting these kids figures just as much, because when you collect these, it's all about the fun of the hunt and not about the snoot of the loot. Now, even though I had to track mine down on Amazon, because I'm pretty sure that this Riddler, although I think it will come to town, it will likely be much later than I can wait, because I need to do reviews of things. I bet you in the States you can find this guy hanging on the pegs much sooner in places like Target, of course Walmart, and who knows where else. Wherever quality toys are sold. But anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Hopefully you found this video to be an interesting, useful, wasted time for the day. If you did, hey, you know where the like button is. If you're not subscribed, I invite you today, on behalf of the rest of the Super Friends, to bash the crap out of that subscribe button and join the DC squad. Bye for now.